My name is Siobhan, and I am the host of Working Wonders, a SCRIP-J vlog series where we will be chatting with leading persons of interest as they delve into both their personal and professional lives to share with us interesting nuggets, which we hope will inspire and motivate you to make positive changes in your lives as well as in the communities where you reside. Today, we'll be chatting with Nadine Johnson, Senior Brand Marketing Manager at Unicomer. So tell me, Miss Nadine Johnson, what was early life like for you growing up, leading up to this point?
I think I count myself blessed. I had a very good childhood. I grew up in South Trinidad in an area called Pointe-a-Pierre. My father worked for, it was Texaco at the time, so there was a area known as a camp. So it was a sort of enclosed area. So we lived in there, we went to school in there. So it was a very close community. It was very safe. I remember as kids, we would go out at 6 o'clock in the morning, me, my sister, and four other girls, and we go fishing. I mean, my parents didn't even have to worry. I mean, now, if you think about that, that's almost impossible. So I grew up in that community. It was close-knit, but I grew up, I think, I get a sense, when I remember my childhood, I get a sense that I grew up with a lot of love and support. Family was big. My grandparents, I was also fortunate to grow up with two sets of grandparents. Most people never, that doesn't happen to them. So I grew up, actually my grandmother just died about a few months ago at 103. So
Wow.
I grew my whole life with most of my grandparents. So for me, I remember a lot of family support, a lot of good family times. I remember a lot of family history being passed down. So that really gave me a sense of belonging, that that there was something bigger than me, So for me, when I think of my childhood, I have a lot of fond memories. I don't have any sadness. I really, as a child, I really feel I had a real childhood, playing outside, playing with friends, spending time with family, So for me, it really laid a very good foundation, I think. I feel like I'm a well-rounded individual. I feel so, but I really credit a lot of that upbringing.
So Nadine, tell me, at what point in your life did you realize that marketing, this is the avenue that I, Nadine Johnson, wanted to, explore to where you are now?
It actually is a funny story. When I was younger, back then nobody knew anything. You go to school in Trinidad, they didn't really tell you all these career options. So I got it in my head that I'll be a child psychologist. Now anybody who knows me knows how ridiculous that is. If you know me. So actually when I left, I went to school in the States. So when I left, I actually was a psychology major and actually was on the path to getting a PhD. I joined the advanced program. I was on the path to get a PhD in psychology. So I did maybe about 3/4 of my psychology, and then I needed to do an alternate class. I forget the name of it. Anyway, I needed to do another class in another department. So I did one advertising class, and then a light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But by that time, I already was 3/4 finished with psychology. So I did what you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to get 2 degrees. So what I did quietly, I didn't tell anybody in the school. I finished I was doing 2 degrees at the same time. It nearly killed me because it invariably I'd have an advertising test on the same day as a psychology test. So I had a choice. Either do really well in one or fail the other, do okay in both, or do, So I plugged along. So I ended up getting a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and a Bachelor of Science in Advertising. Right? So
This is intense. You're making me anxious.
So then when I finished, I was like, okay, advertising is what I really want to do, So then I decided to go and do my master's. So I kind of veered off course. I said, well, always wanted to do something international. So I signed up in Florida. I went undergrad in Texas. So in Florida, I went to do my master's. The way the program was structured, I thought it would meet my needs, but it really didn't. So again, halfway in between, I went and I did an international marketing course. Then the light bulb went off again. You think I'd get it figured out?
So
but I
many
didn't.
signs, universe is not your
I know. So any which way, so I end up, I don't even want to say my master's. It sounds really complicated and fancy, but it's not that complicated and fancy. So I end up getting a Master of Arts in International Studies with a concentration in Economic Development and International Marketing. So that's what I ended up doing. So then I started working in, marketing, advertising, communications, a lot of event management, the whole gamut, So I've spent most of my career in this type of field, and that's all I shouldn't say that's all I know to do. I know how to do other things, but I've just been working in this field. So I've worked in advertising on the client side, I've worked on the agency side, ran marketing departments. I've had to travel a lot, representing the country on a marketing level. I've done event management. I've done a lot of firsts. So some of the big projects from older people will remember, younger people won't remember. Things like tourism park. I do what I do I've done what I've done in different industries. So right now, yes, within the same body of work, but just different industries. So whether it's retail, which is where I am now, or education, tourism I've been in, so different things.
So if you had to describe yourself in 3 words that really encompass who you are as a person now in the position that you hold, based on your life experience, what would those 3 words be?
3 words. That's. I would. Well, if I had to describe myself, I don't know if it's. I guess it's an accumulation of my whole life. I think I'm driven. I'm hardworking, and I'm passionate about justice. That's 3 words. That's 3 words. But I think those are 3 things that would describe me.
And what are some of the pain points that you and your company presently solve? Like if you could explain how your service and products positively impact your customers.
Sure. Well, at Unicomer Trinidad Limited, we are the company, we are the parent company to 5 major brands in Trinidad. That would be Quartz Optical, Ashley, Lucky Dollar, Radio Shack, plus we have other sub-brands. But I think what we do, we are the largest supplier of furniture and electronics, but in addition to that, I think the products that we sell are for everyday life. They're for your house, they're for with optical, they're for your eyesight, so the products we sell and service are everyday products that everybody needs. And I think one of the things that we do, we make these products accessible. So for example, if you had no money and your fridge broke down, you could get a fridge. If you didn't have any money, you could buy it cash, sure, but if you didn't have any money, we have credit products to help you. So I see the company as being able to just supply and service and give the everyday person everything they need for their working life, just for their ordinary life, just living their life.
And what is the future outlook that you would see for your company, both in the country or even on a grander scale?
Well, the company is Unicomer Trinidad Limited, is part of a larger group, so the whole Unicomer Group. So the Unicomer Group is throughout the Caribbean and Latin America and South America. So the chain is continuing to grow. So we see definitely continued growth throughout the region. In Trinidad, we have 48 stores. This year, actually, we're celebrating 60 years in the Caribbean.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, throughout the Caribbean, the brands that we have are known brands. They're household brands, they're everyday brands. For example, the Quartz brand is the most established, but the other brands are also up and coming, like the Optical, the Lucky Dollar, Ashley, Radio Shack. So these are known brands and brands for everyone to access.
Trying to meet the needs of society.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's everyday needs, really.
And are there any ways that you can probably describe or mention in which Unicomer itself, can have a positive impact on wider society?
Sure. Well, we actually have a whole department which deals with corporate social responsibility. So that's the area where the company gives back. So, for example, right now we just launched a program called Courts Heroes, where basically we have a nationwide call for people. If you know someone in your community that's been doing great things for people and they've gone unnoticed, we want to be able to recognize those people. So right now we just launched that, so it's on all our social media. We're also partnering with Newsday on that, but that is a program where we're able to allow people to nominate. So maybe there was a guy in your community who every Sunday on his own feeds the homeless, and he's been doing it for 20-something years. You know, an opportunity to recognize people who have been working tirelessly and selflessly. So that's a program we just launched. So we have a whole separate corporate social responsibility department, as I mentioned. So this is just one of the latest things that they're doing, but there's a whole broad range of things that they do.
So if persons were interested in getting more involved in that, is it your main court's website?
Well, we have. If you go onto the Facebook page, the court's Facebook page, you see all the information on it. Plus, we're going to start also running it. You'll see other things. You'll see ads popping up and sponsored ads popping up. We just launched it this week. So over the course of the couple of weeks, and also doing the newspaper, you'll be seeing different ads for it, as well as on TV.
And you mentioned the Heroes program that Unicomer is trying to undertake as of recent. Is there? I know you said it's it's just started as of last week.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you can
Well,
expand?
like I said, I would encourage everyone to check our Facebook posts, check our Facebook page out for all the information. But really, if you know someone who is doing great things in the community and you feel like they need recognition, we tend to forget the heroes, the people that are working on the ground silently, like I mentioned, selflessly doing what they do to help people. So we really want to really be able to recognize some of the people, so I'd encourage everybody to support the program. So this is the first time we're doing it, and I guess based on response, we probably will continue. So it's the very first. It's only just launched.
And you all are going to be very busy with more upcoming campaigns before the year end. You said the 60th anniversary is happening.
Yeah, so Courts, the brand, is 60 years in the Caribbean.
Right.
Actually, Jamaica, the Jamaican stores are the first batch of the 60s. So we really want to be able to use it as we'll be doing a celebration in September. So we really want to be the whole region, all the Caribbean, the entire Unicomer Caribbean. So we have stores in the OECS, Grenada, Jamaica. So the entire the entire Caribbean, we'll be celebrating. And I'm just really using the opportunity to celebrate first. There's very few companies that have that longevity in the Caribbean, not just in Trinidad or not just in Jamaica, but in the Caribbean. And we've been serving the Caribbean for over 60 years. We're a household name in the Caribbean. So we really just want to use the opportunity to celebrate that. Celebration is always a good thing.
Yeah, especially in Trinidad. And lastly, this one sort of ties into it, but it's more targeted towards the younger generation. If you had to give any sort of advice, what would you have to say to young persons graduating from school and interested in reaching the level that you've reached in your career?
The level I reached. Maybe sound fancy, but to any young person, I would say to them that there's no shortcuts.
Right.
If anybody comes and tells you that there's a shortcut, there's no shortcuts. There's no shortcut for hard work. There's no shortcut for paying your dues. I know when you're young, I didn't like to hear that, but
hanging up to the students.
you don't like to hear that, but everything takes time. There's no shortcut actually in learning and experience. The things that I know now, there's no way I could have known it 20 years ago. So to any young person, I would say, especially if they want to be in marketing communications, you have to get good at your craft as well. You have to pay attention to detail. And I would also say you should, and I don't see a lot, and I wish I had done it more, I wish somebody had really explained it a little better to me. Find someone, a mentor, or somebody like that who you could really sit at their feet and learn, and that you'd be surprised at how you'd be able to overcome obstacles earlier and faster because people will tell you. So I myself, I didn't have a lot of mentors. I didn't really. Now I look back, I do have one person who, they weren't per se a mentor, but I learned a lot from them. I had different people I worked with that while they didn't officially mentor me, I really learned a lot from them. So people who are good at what they do, observe them. Study them, emulate, but find your own path. You can't be. I never want to be another version of somebody else. I want to be the best version of me. So for me, the next so I don't want to be the next so I want to be the first
Nadine Johnson.
Nadine Johnson. That has always been my mantra. But gets me in trouble from time to time. But that's what I would say to any young person, that there's no shortcuts. There really isn't. You have to just plug away step by step. And my aunt once told me this, and it has really stuck with me. She said that to me a long time ago. She said, you can't eat an elephant, but one piece at a time. And
never heard that.
Yes.
Before. You want to break that
well, I mean, if you think about it, if you look and as you walked and somebody said you had to eat this elephant, if you saw the whole elephant, you'd get very overwhelmed and you probably would either freak out or paralysis, or you'd get overwhelmed. But if you decide, okay, I have to eat this elephant, one piece at a time. You start with the tail, keep on eating, then you eat the foot, then but I mean that speaks to perseverance. It speaks to tenacity.
Mm-hmm.
It speaks to patience, which, as I said, now I'm older, I'm a little better, but in my youth I didn't want to hear that, but now I can reflect and hear those words and see the wisdom in those words, really.
Thank you, Nadine Johnson, for being with us here today. I really enjoyed all the insight that you had to share with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed being here as well.
We thank you for viewing our SCRIP-J vlog series, Working Wonders. Now, if you found this content to be interesting and of value, feel free to like, comment, and share. We'd love to have your feedback. Look out for our next vlog and stay connected with us via social media or our website, SCRIP-J.com. You can see the links in our post description. And remember, keep doing the wonderful work that you do. See you next time.